be there. And that is really what we are encouraging. So before they come, this level of enthusiasm and excitement, if they have, they will come there to spend the day rather than to come walking around an event, attend one session, go for lunch, come back, not come back. We will, in many systems, these 6 hours that they spend with us will be used as professional development hours. We've already had that conversation, and different boards have certain criteria to approve what you've done as professional development. They have mandatory. CBSE in India is 50 hours, 25 hours by the school, 25 hours through the CBSE. So these 6 hours are important. And so, for example, when we are at Mona Ma'am school in Dehradun, they will not get these professional development hours unless they complete an assessment at the end of the year, at the end of the day. So we will actually ask 10 questions. And unless they have answered those questions, no completion, no professional development. So these 6 hours that they spend with us, or 7 hours, will actually be professional development, and we will do the necessary application. So, maybe in Doha, I don't know what the criteria is, but once Samantha says, Ganesh, we can write a letter here, what we did, what was the curriculum, and they have a certificate, that certificate should end up becoming the professional development hours that are mandated by a lot of boards, by a lot of local governments. So that is really important to note. And therefore, the engaged attendees. I did want to share that there are a lot of new journalists carrying articles. We just had a major publication, come up with a 3rd-page review of what we are talking about. It's so important that at our own local level, that if you have a journalist, you have a PR team that would like to cover, we are solving many global problems through counseling. We are solving the mental distress, mental health crisis. We are solving the purposelessness aspect. We are helping channelize the energies of young people so that there is less violence in the world. So journalists are very interested in this approach. And I would request Ritika and her team to share with you, just in the last 1.5 months, how many different journalists have covered IC3's work. And we are also reaching out to journalists in your region. But if you have a PR team and you would like, Varsha or Ritika, you can share the NDTV interview from August. You can share some of the major. So a lot of journalists, television journalists, print journalists are very interested in what we are doing. This is a day when your school should actually also be acknowledged for serving the region. You are doing this forum at no cost for the school delegates to help with their professional development. And we are on a much larger mission. So your communication team, your PR team, your social media handles, your reels, whatever you need to do around the themes and around the messaging of this forum, that is how we elevate our own schools, the whole mission. That's how we get people excited and get them to come there, becoming a student. The greatest bane in the world today, outside of this group of people, is educator arrogance. Teachers and school leaders and principals feeling that I know, there's nothing to learn. This is the biggest problem, actually, and they are becoming more and more redundant. So we are actually going to bring a lot of humility also through the forum, because we will demonstrate how simple things that they were doing in school can be done differently. And I can tell you they're going to go back with a spark. And that's something that you should talk about. I also noticed that so please invite journalists. We can do interviews, we can do some PR, etc. We'll give you a press release if you'd like. We have a PR agency that's working with us. We'll connect you with them. All of that we can do. There is also
What time
the
is
possibility.
Can I have a meeting? We have a meeting.
Mute microphones if you have co-hosting rights or whatever. Whoever can take charge of that. Is someone a co-host here? Yeah, made Varsha one. You have the possibility of doing 3 workshops in some cases. I won't say in all cases. One is called for your teachers, for your school, for your students and parents, or your teachers. One of them is called Science of Change. It is using the principles of quantum physics, neuroscience, biology, and psychology. I'm not saying we would be able to offer this everywhere, but as a mark of gratitude to your school, if there is a window during the day, we could do this. This is one of the workshop options for teachers. Another one is called Soul of a Teacher. And another one is around inner child work. Inner child work is actually for teachers to connect with the child within so that they can connect with the child outside. And so these workshops for your teachers primarily, I won't even say parents and students so much, can be done. For parents and students, we could do a workshop on conscious parenting only for parents. We could potentially do a workshop from competition to competence for parents and students. All these options are not for the public, not for the regional forum attendees. This is only a gratitude session for the host school that is conducting the forum and their community. So you have all of these topics. We will not be able to offer it in every city, but some cities where we have relevant resources to do it, we will do it. If you have an interest, please let Neha Singh on our team know. I think it will be important. I did also want to acknowledge one of our most favorite people in the world has been leading the regional forums for the last 2-3 years, Varsha Das. She's actually going to go on a sabbatical at the end of January. And so Neha and other colleagues, Diana, our colleague, is here. They'll take over. We are going to be cheering for her. She's going to the US, spending time with family. She's been on an intense journey. Hopefully, we'll see her back in time for the annual conference or whatever in 4 months, 6 months, whatever. But she's going to be on a sabbatical beginning 1st of February. And so it's important that for all of our teams to align ourselves with other members. Rashmi is here from the IC3 team. Mansi is here. There are many people. Hetal is here. So please make sure that Varsha will do the necessary introductions and make sure it all goes very smoothly for everybody. But I did want to point that out. We must finalize speakers, schedule and other details at the earliest, but ideally 60 days before the forum, definitely 30 days before the forum. For the ones who are now in January and February, whatever is happening is great. But the March and April and May and June forums, please don't wait till the very end, because we are coming off the holiday season. These are the early forums. Lots of flexibility with January and February. But March onwards, it will be great. If you need any support, please let us know. Please do not use a very big hall and have it empty for the forum. These forums are meant to be intimate. They are not like the annual conference with 2000 or 1500 people. They are 50, 80, 60 people, 100 people. And the hall should be of an appropriate size. When we put them in a large hall, they feel one, very distant from each other, and two, they feel nobody has come. Well, they were only meant to be 50 people at the forum or 80 people at the forum. We don't want to conduct the forum in a very large hall. You may have your showcase hall, but it should be, then you need to also make sure that you have enough people attending the forum to fill that. Otherwise, don't use that hall. Use the next one in line, and we will showcase our content and our intellectual capital through the forum more than anything else. But I just wanted us to be mindful of that. I did want to acknowledge that on the 1st of February, we will open registrations for the annual IC3 conference. And the 36 regional forums in 16 countries actually they culminate into the annual IC3 conference, which will be at the Geo World Center, which is very popular because there's a very large wedding that happened, which everybody was following last year. But it is at the Geo World Center, and all of our host schools have 2 registrations for your school, complimentary registrations, and the codes will be shared once you have shared who from your school would like to attend. So please remember to be in touch with Neha Singh, and Neha will ensure that once you have submitted the names of the delegates that will come to Mumbai for the annual conference, we will have the code shared with you. We've also organized a gratitude dinner for you before the conference. And there is also a 2-day inner child workshop, 2 days on Saturday and Sunday, which you will have access to if you choose to before the conference. So I want you to just keep an eye out for that. And 1st of February, that will be launched. I'm going to stop here and use the remaining time. So friends, outreach is key. We need to make sure that we reach out to every possible school delegate in the region and get them to the forum. I am not at all concerned about how many universities show up. It will be great if they want to come. They are all welcome. We honor their presence. We are grateful for their contribution and whatever the financial resources they bring. But our primary focus is transforming the mindset, the approach, and supporting the learning of local schools within a 200-300 kilometer radius of your forum, of the forum. As many schools as possible, we want to impact. So that is really the goal. I'll stop here. For anyone who's not clear about this, we will print the lanyard, we'll bring the lanyards, we will print the badges, we'll bring a bag, a conference bag. You can have some writing material with your school branding, etc., and some pens that you keep. We'll also share a designed version of the schedule and the speakers. You can use that and keep copies of that as well. We will want you to be admins of the participating host school WhatsApp group. How many of us are already on the WhatsApp group for the host schools, for the participants? This is not our planning group. This is the group with the participants in it. So I believe we have 78 or 79 registrants for the Saturday forum so far. All those 78, 79 people are on that WhatsApp group. So, sending your location maps, etc., we are engaging them. But if you would like to post a welcome from your side, etc., we will make you an admin. We've kept them muted because we don't want people sending good morning and good night and good afternoon messages. So we kept all the WhatsApp groups muted. But as host schools, we will make you an admin of those groups. They have all the participants, including the universities that are coming from outside. So that could be a place for us to disseminate information to the attendees. Okay, let's open this up for questions. Wonderful. Let's see. Somebody was asking what is the goal in terms of attendees. We'd like 100 people to be at the forum, but we are happy if you have 60 engaged rather than 100 who filled the room. We want engaged people. We want, we want people to really show up wanting to be there. And so that's the kind of outreach you want to engage in. And this messaging that I have shared with what we are going to do during the day is important. So please do have engaged folks come. But yes, it will be great if we can cross 100 attendees at each forum. That's going to be the goal. I think Divya ma'am had raised her hand and then she put it down. Any other question in the chat box?
No, sir. I had raised my hand to show that we are already there on the WhatsApp group.
Oh,
and
wonderful. Thank you for
all
sharing.
set for our regional forum in the month of April.
Wonderful, wonderful. We look forward. Any questions? Prabha is here. I know Prabha's managed to bring, I think, the vice president of the country. Is that right? Or the education minister or someone is coming to do the keynote, no?
Hi, Ganesh. It is the Minister of Education.
Wow, wonderful.
Who is really very keen about the concept of career counseling because we still do not have it in the state schools.
And congratulations for becoming the deputy principal. Now, counselors are becoming principals of schools. I am very excited. Many counselor friends are reporting that they are being promoted. They are becoming principals. People are saying we need counselor principals. I am just, I had tears in my eyes when I heard some stories. It is just so heartwarming that they are saying all the principals are coming into a one-year program. It's just incredible story. So I'm very happy, Prabha. I never imagined that you're going to become now the rector probably at some point. But this is great news. Any other questions? I think we've only 2 more minutes left. Of course, you have individual meetings, etc. Are we having banners for the forum that we can display? So we'll send you the design, Prabha ma'am, and you can print it locally because, all the countries, etc. We will create the design and send it to you. You can print and display whatever kind of banners you'd like. We have some recommended pieces, but Yogeshwar and Diana and Khushbu in the events team will make sure that you have those details. It's nice to have some signage. Some people make it very elaborate. Some people make it a little less. But whatever suits your region. So you please go ahead and do that. That'd be great. We'll send you the designs, all designs. You should have a social media toolkit. You should have all the standee pieces, etc. and all of that. And Varsha has also posted some message in the group, etc. You can see the graphics and templates and personal invitations. Like if Rajesh sir sends an invite to everyone in Madurai, correct, Rajesh sir? And in the surrounding regions, that personal invite and that warmth and heart is key to IC3. That personal connection, they're not just showing up for an event. They come there also out of the connection and then they're fully engaged. And please encourage everybody to stay, to complete the assessment and to get certified. at the end of the day. That is very important. That not just come for 1 hour, 2 hours. If they come for 2 hours, they'll not take much away. They'll take something away, but it's important that they stay for the day. And there is, of course, the mindfulness, meditation, finding the calm session in the morning that we start with in many of the places. So, super. I don't see any other question. I think we'll end the meeting. Looking forward. Lovely. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.